Chosen one. Listen closely, because what you're about to hear is not a coincidence. It's a divine interruption. Heaven has marked this exact moment for your spirit to receive a word so undeniable, so direct, that no one, not even you, will be able to explain it away. This is your confirmation. God says your next blessing will be unmistakably divine. You didn't click on this video by chance. You were drawn, and not by algorithm, by alignment. Because the truth is, your spirit has been crying out for clarity. Your heart has been whispering, God, show me something real. And here it is. This is your signal, chosen one, that what's coming next in your life won't just be a good thing. It won't be luck. It won't be coincidence. It will be evidence of heaven's hand, openly and boldly resting on your life. You've been in a season where it looked like God was silent, but the silence wasn't absence, it was construction. Behind the scenes, God has been building something so glorious, so undeniable, so tailor-made for you, that when it arrives, people won't say, wow, you're lucky. They'll say, that had to be God. Chosen one, I want you to understand. This, your next chapter, will not be ordinary. The kind of blessing that's about to be released over your life carries weight, it carries purpose, and it carries proof. This is a spiritual turning point, and you must not miss it, because there's a prophetic urgency to this moment. This is not just about receiving something good, it's about aligning with a divine assignment. If you ignore the pull on your spirit right now, if you ignore this word, you risk walking away from the very shift you've been praying for. The timing is delicate, sacred, and explosive. God doesn't give this kind of message unless heaven is already in motion. This next move in your life will be so supernatural, it will shake the room. The door will swing open and you won't have to knock. The phone will ring and you won't have to call. The opportunity will find you, not because of your effort, but because of your election. You are chosen, and what's coming is not man-made. It is God-breathed. That's why right now, I want you to act in faith. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and most importantly, comment the words unmistakably divine below as a prophetic activation. That declaration is not just a phrase, it's a signal to the spiritual realm that you are aligned with this message. You are saying, God, I recognize this moment. I receive this word. I'm ready for what's next. Because when you type those words, something in the atmosphere shifts. You come into agreement with what heaven is releasing. And agreement is the key that unlocks manifestation. So don't just watch. Participate. Be bold. Type it unmistakably. Divine, that's your seal, that's your yes, that's your faith in motion. Chosen one, this is your moment to rise, to awaken, to recognize that all the delays, the closed doors, the silence, it was never rejection. It was redirection. God has been orchestrating something behind the veil, and now He's pulling it back. The curtain is lifting, and your life is about to be the proof that when God decides to bless someone, no one can stop it. You've cried, you've waited, you've wondered, but God says, watch what I do next, because when this blessing lands in your life, you won't question if it was Him, you'll know, and so will everyone else. Chosen one, you've been wondering why you've been hidden, why your name hasn't been called, why it feels like everyone else is being noticed, elevated, celebrated, while you remain behind the curtain, unseen, unchosen, uninvited. But hear me clearly, God didn't hide you to hurt you. He hid you to prepare you. You weren't overlooked, you were protected, you weren't delayed, you were developed. You weren't cast aside, you were set apart. There is a difference, and you, chosen one, are not ordinary. You carry something sacred, and sacred things must be shielded until they are ready to be revealed. Do you remember David? Before he stood before Goliath, he was in the fields, forgotten by his own father, ignored when the prophet came to anoint the next king. 7 of his Brothers walked before Samuel, but the oil did not flow. Because when you are chosen, it doesn't matter who tries to get ahead of you, only you can wear your crown. David's season in the pasture wasn't punishment. It was preparation. While others were chasing applause, David was chasing God. While others were being praised, David was being trained. Lions and bears came for his sheep, and he learned to fight in silence. He learned to win battles no one saw, so he could defeat an enemy everyone feared. That's you, chosen one. You've been fighting battles in secret, emotional warfare, spiritual exhaustion, anxiety in the midnight hour. But what you didn't realize was that those silent wars were preparing you for public victory. God was using the dark to shape your light. You've cried behind closed doors. You've worshipped with a heavy heart. You've prayed with trembling hands, and heaven recorded every tear, because God hides what He values. And the more valuable the vessel, the longer the preparation. He didn't let certain people see you, not because you weren't good enough, but because they didn't deserve to witness your becoming. They weren't qualified to speak into your destiny. So God veiled you. You weren't invisible. You were veiled. You weren't passed over. You were being positioned. And now, chosen one, the time of revealing is near. The trumpet of heaven is sounding. The cocoon is cracking. And what's about to emerge will leave no doubt. You were never forgotten. You were being formed. Now hear this. When God finally brings you out, there will be no question that you were anointed in secret, because the power that's been growing inside you will be impossible to ignore. You are no longer who you were. Your trials have trained you. Your pain has purified you. Your faith has forged you. And the world is about to see who you really are, chosen one. You were hidden for a reason. And now that reason is becoming your revelation. But don't miss this next truth, because what God is about to do, He will not do in secret. Chosen one, the blessing that's about to hit your life will not be small. It will not be quiet. It will not be unnoticed. It will be public. But remember this, while the blessing will be seen, the process you went through will remain private. God is about to put you on display, but they won't know the price you paid. In the shadows, do you understand the power of that? Joseph was thrown into a pit, sold by his brothers, falsely accused, forgotten in prison. But when the time came, Pharaoh summoned him, and in a single day he went from the dungeon to the palace, from prisoner to ruler, and nobody could see all that happened in between. People saw the robe. They didn't see the betrayal. They saw the crown. They didn't see the chains. They saw the glory. They didn't see the grief. That's how God moves. With the chosen, He does deep work in hidden places. He heals what no one knows is broken. He delivers you from battles that no one ever sees. And then, suddenly, He shifts your life in a way that commands attention. That's what's coming next for you. A blessing that speaks louder than your pain. A blessing that makes people say, wait, how did that happen? And the truth is, you won't even have a natural answer, because it won't make sense. It won't add up. And that's how you'll know it was unmistakably divine. This isn't about proving anyone wrong. It's about proving God right. He saw your tears. He watched you wrestle. He stood with you when you felt abandoned. And now He's about to honor the faith that never folded. And when it happens, don't be surprised when people start to treat you differently. Don't be confused when old doors try to reopen, because favor attracts attention. But you must remember, not everyone who sees the blessing is equipped to understand the battle. Be careful who you invite into the victory. Not everyone has the heart to steward your joy. This is why God kept your process private. Because if they had seen what you went through, they would have tried to stop you. Or worse, they would have tried to copy you. But no one can mimic favor. No one can replicate anointing. The oil is unique, and yours is about to overflow. Chosen, I need you to get this deep in your spirit. Your life is about to become proof of God's power, and they won't be able to deny it, not because of what you say, but because of what God does. They'll look at your life and see miracles. They'll see answered prayers. They'll see open doors that no one could have opened but God, because this next blessing is not just for you. It's for the ones watching you. It's for the ones who doubted, for the ones who whispered, for the ones who said you were finished. They're going to see that God was working the entire time. They're going to see the mark of heaven on you. They're going to see the favor of God in motion. And when they do, you won't need to explain it. The blessing will speak, and it will speak with the signature of heaven. Chosen one, this next season isn't about random blessings. It's about marked ones, divine endorsements, supernatural fingerprints. It's about things happening that are so tailored, so specific, so miraculous that even you will be left in awe. Like a priceless painting, the value is not just in the picture, it's in the signature of the artist. And God is about to sign his name across your story. That job you weren't qualified for, but you still get it. God signed it. That relationship that restores your heart after years of heartbreak, God signed it. That healing that happens when doctors had no answers, God signed it. This is a season where what happens to you will not be mistaken for chance. It will carry the aroma of divine intention. Every detail will carry purpose. Every breakthrough will carry his name, just like Lazarus. When Jesus called him out of the tomb, it wasn't just for Lazarus. It was so the people around him would believe. It was a public resurrection, a signature miracle. God is about to do something in your life that will cause others to say, only God could have done that. The kind of transformation that preaches louder than a sermon, that heals others just by being seen. And that's why the enemy fought you so hard, because he knew that once God put his signature on your story, there would be no more debate, no more confusion, no more hiding, just glory, just proof, just undeniable evidence. So, chosen one, I say to you, get ready. What God is about to release will carry his mark, his favor, and his authority, and no man will be able to touch it, question it, or take credit for it, because this time it will be unmistakably divine. And that's just the beginning, because in the next moment we'll reveal what happens when your enemies are forced to witness it. The table is being prepared, and you, chosen one, are the honored guest. Chosen one, the blessing that's coming is not just for your comfort, it's for your confirmation. And what makes this next move so holy, so precise, so unstoppable, is that your enemies will have to watch it happen. This is not vengeance, this is vindication. God is not in the business of revenge. He's in the business of revelation. He reveals his power through elevation. And when God elevates you, he doesn't do it in hiding. He does it in full view of those who thought you'd never make it. The same ones who threw dirt on your name will have to watch flowers bloom from the very ground they tried to bury you in. Psalm 23 says, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." That means God's not just setting a table, he's setting the stage. Not to embarrass your enemies, but to exalt his glory through your life. You're not just being blessed. You're being used as a display of God's faithfulness. And that table, oh chosen one, that table is already being prepared. It has your name on it. It's been set in the presence of every betrayer, every backstabber, every mocker, every doubter. They tried to write your ending, but God is writing a testimony. Think about Hannah, barren for years, mocked by Peninnah. Yet when her promise came, it came in the form of Samuel, a prophet who anointed kings. Her tears were not in vain. Her pain became the portal to prophetic destiny, and when she stood holding her miracle, the shame melted, the silence broke, the mocking stopped, because God had the final say. So will it be with you. What was whispered about you behind closed doors will be swallowed by the shout of your blessing. What they assumed would destroy you will become the stage where God displays his power. You are not being promoted in secret. You are being elevated in view of every voice that tried to silence you. And the best part, you won't have to lift a finger. You won't have to defend yourself. God himself will announce you, because this is divine justice, not fueled by bitterness, but by righteousness. Chosen one, the mouths that cursed you will witness your crowning. The eyes that rolled at your prayers will watch them be answered. The hearts that hoped you'd fail will feel the weight of your victory, and in that moment you won't gloat, you'll glorify. You'll lift your hands and say, "This was God, all of it, every step, every tear, every closed door, every dark night. It was him." And that will be your power, not just that you made it, but that you knew who brought you through. Chosen one, you've had to let go of people. You've had to walk away from environments that stifled your spirit. And you've mourned relationships that looked right but couldn't carry your calling. But what if I told you what you lost was clearing space for the blessing? The subtraction was sacred. God was making room. The emotional collapse, the distance, the disconnection, it wasn't rejection, it was realignment. Because what's coming cannot coexist with what tried to contain you. Think about Gideon. God told him to reduce his army from 32,000 to 300. Why? Because the victory God had planned would not be credited to numbers. It had to be unmistakably divine. God removed the excess so his glory could be evident. That's what he did with you. You thought you were losing people, losing chances, losing momentum, but in reality, you were gaining clarity, gaining focus, and making space for the kind of miracle that only God can give. And this next blessing, it's too big to share with the wrong people. It's too precious to place in unstable hands. That's why God removed access. That's why doors closed. That's why things didn't work. Because your miracle is not meant to be diluted. It's meant to be delivered in fullness, so don't cry over the pruning. It was preparing you for overflow. God is about to restore everything you thought was wasted. The years, the effort, the loyalty, the prayers. None of it was in vain. Nothing is lost when it's surrendered to God. It is multiplied. What you released in pain, you will receive back in power, and not just a little, not just barely enough, but overflow, 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 pressed down, shaken together, running over, because your hands are being readied to receive. Your soul is being expanded, and the capacity of your heart has grown, not to hold grief, but to carry glory. Get ready to receive relationships that heal, not harm. Opportunities that stretch, not strain. Resources that elevate, not exhaust. Because you are no longer surviving, you are stepping into divine abundance. This is restoration with interest, recovery with revelation, favor with fire. God says, "You trusted me when it hurt. Now watch me bless you in a way that heals. Chosen one, you've waited long enough." The pain you've endured was not punishment. It was preparation for a blessing that's marked with heaven's seal. The evidence is coming, the glory is rising, and the wait is over, because this is the moment you realize it was worth it. Every tear, every no, every lonely night, every unanswered question, every time you chose obedience over convenience, it was worth it. You didn't survive for nothing. You were preserved for impact, and now it's time for you to walk in it, because your life is about to preach without words. You won't need to announce what God has done. The transformation will be loud enough. Your healing will echo. Your peace will shine. Your elevation will radiate, like the woman at the well, once broken and shamed, who ran back into the city shouting, "Come see a man." You're about to become a walking invitation to encounter God. People will ask, "What changed?" And the only answer will be everything. God changed everything. So hear this, chosen one, and let it pierce through every layer of doubt, fear, and delay. It is certain your moment has come. The time is now. Overflow is chasing you. Glory is locating you. Miracles are moving toward you. And the beauty of it all, you're not even going to have to fight for it, because it's already been written, already been released, already been approved by heaven. This is your appointed time, your divine hour, your spiritual unveiling, and it is unmistakably divine. Let's bring this all together. Let's go to the final word. Chosen one, what's coming next in your life will not be something you manufactured. It will be something you witness. This blessing is not the result of striving. It's not the result of manipulation or connection or control. This is not about who you know. It's about who you're aligned with. And when you're aligned with heaven, what belongs to you will locate you without force. You don't need to kick down doors in this season. You need only to stand still and watch the hand of God move. You've done enough pushing. You've done enough chasing. This is the season where favor finds you. When the Israelites stood at the Red Sea, there was no path forward, and behind them was Pharaoh's army. But God told Moses to stretch out his hand, and the waters parted, not by human force, not by logic, but by obedience, and the impossible opened up in front of them. That's what's happening to you now. You're at the edge of something massive. The old ways won't get you across. You don't need to hustle. You need to trust. You don't need more effort. You need more surrender. God is making a way through what looked like a wall. He's parting the sea of impossibility, and you are about to walk through on dry ground. There's no more need to convince anyone of your worth. There's no need to explain why you deserve it. This blessing has your name on it, written in heaven's ink. And the best part, you didn't earn it by your strength. It's being given by His grace. Chosen one, your stillness is your strategy. Your peace is your weapon. The enemy has tried to make you panic, to provoke you into action that isn't led by God, but no more. You are done reacting. Now you are resting. And in that rest, God is working. It is certain your moment has come. Heaven is in motion. And while it may feel quiet, something divine is building beneath the surface. The foundation has been laid, the gate is opening, and what's been prepared for you is being released without resistance. Chosen one, you've seen the signs. You've felt the pull. You've heard the whispers in your spirit, the dreams, the confirmations, the strange sense that something is shifting, because it is. These are not coincidences. They are prophetic. Breadcrumbs leading you to divine manifestation. You are not imagining this. You are discerning it. Just like Elijah's servant, when he went to look for the rain after the prophet declared it, the sky looked empty at first. But on the seventh time, he saw a cloud the size of a man's hand. That was all the sign they needed, because the promise had already been spoken. Some of you have already seen your cloud. The small detail, the message, the random phone call, the feeling of peace in a storm. That's your cloud, chosen one. That's your yes from heaven. That's your proof the rain is coming. Don't despise the small signs. They carry big meaning. Don't dismiss the whispers. They precede the roar. When God speaks softly, it's because He's drawing you close. When He speaks subtly, it's because the next move will be suddenly. The divine is already unfolding. You're not waiting for it. It's already begun. It's already happening in the realm of the spirit, and now it's coming into the natural. What you've been sensing is not anxiety. It's prophetic anticipation. You feel it because it's real. You are on the edge of the evidence. You are living on the verge of visibility. Chosen one, the cloud is rising, and when the rain comes, it will pour. But what's most incredible is that when it does come, it's going to exceed even your boldest expectations. God is not going to meet your prayers at their surface level. He's going to exceed them at a soul level. Sarah laughed when God said she would have a child in her old age, not because she was mocking, but because it was too good to believe. But what seemed impossible in the natural was guaranteed in the spiritual, and God told her, "Is anything too hard for the Lord?" That question still echoes through eternity and reaches your heart today. Is anything too hard for the Lord? The answer is no. It's not too hard for God to restore what was lost. It's not too hard for God to bring you a partner who loves you in truth. It's not too hard for God to elevate your finances, heal your body, break generational curses, open supernatural doors, or give you the life of peace you've secretly longed for. It is not too hard. It is certain. It is yours. Because you are not asking from a place of doubt. You're receiving from a place of destiny. You are meant for this. You are ready for this. You are aligned for this. And even now, heaven is whispering, "Get ready, chosen one. What I'm about to do will leave you speechless." Because the blessing that's about to land in your life is not just for comfort, it's a catalyst. It's going to activate new authority in you. It's going to awaken dormant gifts. It's going to draw out power you didn't know you had, and as it unfolds, you will no longer feel the need to convince, explain, or justify. Your life will preach. You will be a walking revelation, a living scroll, a breathing testimony of what happens when God touches a life. People will see you and feel hope. They will hear your story and encounter glory, because you are not just a receiver, you are a vessel. Overflow is not optional, it is inevitable. Your steps are ordered, your hands are anointed. Your name is being called in rooms you haven't entered yet. You are standing in the doorway of divine display. Heaven has approved it, hell cannot stop it, and earth is about to witness it. It is certain, it is certain, it is certain. Overflow, overflow, overflow. Chosen one, your time has come. Chosen one, take a deep breath right now, because what your spirit has been waiting for, what your heart has been crying for, what your soul has been preparing for, is here. Heaven has not only heard your prayers, it has responded. And the word today is this: your next blessing will be unmistakably divine. This isn't a maybe. This isn't a possibility. This is a prophetic certainty. God has moved. The heavens have shifted. The release has been spoken. And what's coming next will carry such clarity, such precision, such divine weight, that no one, not even you, will be able to mistake it as anything other than God Himself stepping in. You've endured the hidden season. You've walked through the fire and didn't burn. You've wept in silence and kept believing. And now, the cloud of blessing is bursting. What was once invisible is becoming visible. What was once delayed is being delivered. What was once painful is becoming purposeful. God is making it obvious. The favor that's about to rest on your life is not random. The door that's about to open is not normal. The peace that's about to flood your soul is not ordinary. It is divine intervention, and it will be undeniable. This is the moment where all the warfare begins to make sense. The enemy didn't fight you because you were weak. He fought you because you were close. He fought you because he could smell the oil. He tried to distract you because he couldn't stop the delivery. But he failed. You're still standing, still watching, still ready, still chosen, and now God is about to crown your endurance with evidence. There will be no need for explanation. The weight of glory will fall so heavily on your life that people will not ask how. They'll say, "Only God. Only God could do this. Only God could restore this. Only God could orchestrate this. Only God could resurrect something this far gone, this broken, this buried." Chosen one, it's time to stop rehearsing the pain and start rejoicing in the promise. The prophetic word today is not to tease your faith, it's to activate it. This word didn't come to make you hope, it came to tell you, hope has arrived. You are not about to receive a blessing that makes you doubt question, or hide. You're about to walk into something so tailored, so divine, so drenched in God's fingerprints that even your enemies will be speechless. Let that settle in your spirit. What's coming will make you unrecognizable in the best way. Peace you've never known, opportunities you never asked for, healing you forgot to hope for, love that feels like safety, joy that bubbles up without force, provision that overtakes you before you even have a need, doors that open without knocking, strategies from heaven that download while you sleep. You are in the middle of a divine intersection where the timing of God meets the preparation of your soul. And what happens in this space is miraculous. So rise up, chosen one. Square your shoulders, lift your head. Your time has come. Heaven is backing you. Angels are clearing paths. The Spirit of God is stirring. And your name is being released into realms of opportunity, healing, and overflow. Let go of the fear. Let go of the memory of the delay. Let go of the weight of the weight. You don't need to carry what God has already lifted. What happened before was not the end. It was the edge of glory. You are stepping into prophecy fulfilled. You are stepping into restoration multiplied. You are stepping into favor you didn't work for, but were always meant for. Chosen one, your breakthrough isn't just close. It's here. It's breathing down your neck. It's waiting at your feet. It's hovering over your home. And it's about to pour out in such a way that it overtakes you, fills you, and spills over onto everything and everyone connected to you. So now, with full confidence and boldness, speak it into the atmosphere. I receive it. Say it with faith. Say it with power. Say it with certainty. Comment below, I receive it, as your public declaration of prophetic agreement. Not as a wish, not as a hope, but as a confirmation. A signal to heaven, to earth, and even to hell that you know what time it is. It's manifestation time, it's miracle time, it's harvest time, and you're not watching from the sidelines, you are in it. So stand up in your identity. Walk boldly in your assignment. Rest joyfully in your calling. Because what God is doing now, no man can stop, delay, alter, or reverse. The oil on your life is real. The grace covering you is heavy. The protection surrounding you is impenetrable. And the blessing heading toward you is unmistakably divine. Chosen one, it is done. Your miracle begins now.